I'm David Nyman, and I'm a member of the legal team representing loved ones of those who died on March 10th, 2019, when Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 crashed, tragically killing all 157 people aboard the plane. And I'm joined here today by two brave women, Yelena Lopez Lewis, who lost her husband Antoine, and Nadia Milleran, who lost her daughter Samia. I urge you to take a few minutes to listen to Yelena's and Nadia's experience in this consumer education video. Both of them lost their loved ones in a horrific but preventable crash, which was on a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. After hearing their stories, we'll share details with you how you can see whether or not the next flight that you book is on a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, so you can take appropriate steps to prevent you or your loved one from boarding that plane if you wish not to.
We still look for Samia all the time. It doesn't make any sense that someone that was cautious, responsible, hardworking should get on a commercial airplane and then disappear. For us, that's what it's like because we couldn't identify anything left after the airplane. All was pieces. So there's nothing to identify. So we keep looking for her. I wake up and I think, where's Samia? Where's Samia? I am wearing her earrings. I should not be wearing her earrings. She would have the earrings with her. And we just keep looking for her. I shouldn't be wearing pictures of my daughter. If I could have looked up a video, if I heard that there might have been something wrong with the 737 MAX 8, if I could have looked on YouTube or looked on the internet and tried to find information about it, Samia might be alive today.
Antoine was an amazing man serving on active duty in the United States Army as a captain. He was originally from the Chicago area. He was extremely passionate about his work, his African heritage, and making the world an overall better place. He was a loving and nurturing husband, father, brother, uncle, and son. He was only 39 years of age when he boarded that flight to Ethiopia on March 10th, 2019. We'll never know all of the good that he could have done and what more he could have offered for the rest of his life. His sons miss him dearly, his positive influence, and I'm missing my partner every day. Knowing that crash of the Boeing 737 MAX on Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 could have likely been prevented, and that Boeing executives consciously cut corners and lied to regulators is unfathomable.
After nearly 2 years, Boeing says that it's figured out what was wrong with that aircraft, and now it's finally safe to return to the air. Despite the concerns of the families who have lost loved ones and others like our legal team, the FAA approved those changes, but many of us are still concerned Boeing simply has put profits over people yet again. Several major U.S. airlines are beginning to fly the planes again, beginning with American Airlines, with United and Southwest following in early 2021. If you or your loved ones are concerned and do not want to fly on a 737 MAX, there is a way to know what aircraft will be used on a flight before you purchase a ticket. We encourage consumers concerned about the planes to send a message to the airlines by not booking those flights or for asking for a refund or a change if you already booked a flight. When purchasing a ticket, after you enter your destination, dates, and number of passengers, the system will generate options for your flights. In some cases, you can see that the type of aircraft right away. In other cases, you may have to click on details or a similar link to another page with more specific information. You can see clearly when a Boeing 737 MAX is scheduled for the flight. If you want to avoid the planes, then go no further and seek another flight or airline. If you've already booked a flight on a MAX, you can contact your airline to reschedule or get a refund or get a credit. The airlines each have different policies, but seem to acknowledge consumer concerns by having some sort of MAX avoidance program. We'd also advise that even if you got a flight and you don't think it's on a MAX, you should still check within 24 hours of your flight, as airlines do reserve the right to reassign aircraft and could make a change to use a 737 MAX aircraft where they didn't originally plan to do so. It's very important for consumers to pay attention.
The only thing people can do to protect themselves is not to fly this plane. There are so many questions that are unanswered about this plane that engineers can't answer. And that should not be the case with a new plane.
The message to the flying public is to be attentive. I personally will never fly on a Boeing 737 MAX 8, nor will I support or fly on any airline that has the 737 MAX 8 in its fleet. The risk is far too great. If Boeing is wrong about the safety of this aircraft, I encourage you, pay attention and don't take a chance with your life or the ones that you love.
Thank you for sharing your story and for sharing that very important message. I can only hope that Boeing and the traveling public can all learn from what you experienced.